Skills on the platform, back at you with another reading. This is your oracle reading for the signs of Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio, the water signs. This is your weekly oracle reading based on your energy you should focus on this week for best outcomes. Like, comment, and subscribe, and become a skilled one, and become part of the skilled nation. Hit the bell notification for all videos in the future. When you share this, you'll be entered into a raffle to win $1,000 in cryptocurrency. The drawing is going to be on May 5th this year, 2022. To enter the raffle, send an email with your request and the first name and email of the person you shared this video with. The email is in the description. All right, so let's get your reading on the way. All right, and this is for the water signs: Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. Okay, this is simply the energy you should focus on for this week for the best outcomes. Okay, all right, so let's get this going here, and let's see what energies you guys are in and the energies you should focus on. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. We'll take that since it popped out. All right. The card is called the octagram. Okay. This is for, as I mentioned, the water signs: Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. So this is the energies you should focus on for this week for our water signs. All right. So let's go ahead and get into the meaning of the card. Okay. All right. This is the oracle deck. All right. Let's see here. The octagon. All right. Let's get this meaning here for you guys. All right. Okay. So the octagram. All right. Now this is the energy you guys should focus on, the water signs for this week. The octagram, or eight-pointed star, also spans several religions, dating as far back as Babylon, Sumeria. Time is associated with the goddesses Ishtar and Inanna. In Judeo-Christian, it represents beginnings, resurrection, salvation, equilibrium, and super abundance. Whoa, my goodness. It also has associated with Egypt, okay, Gnosticism, and Hindu goddess. The name is Laskami, the goddess of abundance. Whoa, water signs. Oh my goodness, this is incredible for you guys. When this card appears, you are let me make sure I got that right. Hindu goddess. It's spelled Lakshmi, goddess of abundance. So you guys can look that up. Okay, it's pronounced Laskami. Yep, that's how it's pronounced. Laskami. Now, when this card appears, you are being asked to accept abundance in all its forms. Oh my goodness, water signs. Woo, man, this is incredible. This can mean monetary, or it could actually represent a wealth of friends and family. In order to allow for more abundance in your life, you first need to acknowledge and accept it. Okay? Also, ask as you shall receive in the message here. But also keep in mind that the asking must be done in moderation and within reason. Trust that the divine energies of the octagram will work to help invite and summon more into your life. Right? In the inverted, it says this card has no inversion. So either way, there's no inversion of this card. It only has one solid meaning to it. Wow. This is incredible. You guys, I just got this deck actually. And I'm actually haven't even got a chance to go through it in its entirety. I'm surprised myself, especially me being a water sign. So I'm actually pretty excited for the card coming out for the water signs. So yeah, it's definitely pretty impressive. From you know what, I want to kind of touch on this, and kind of expound on this a little bit further. Now, it speaks of this symbol, okay, dating back from the Babylonian and Sumerian times, okay, and it's also associated with the goddess Ishtar and Inanna. Of course, in the Judeo-Christian, it represents the beginnings and resurrection, salvation, and equilibrium, right? And the super abundance. So let's pause right there for a minute. So it speaks on the resurrection and it speaks on the beginnings. So water signs, right now you guys are probably going through some new beginnings. Things are kind of starting off fresh. But nonetheless, we got to understand when you have new beginnings, that's a new opportunity for new things to come about. We tend to kind of get stuck in our old ways. We kind of get stuck and attached to people that we used to associate with in the past. And, but one thing we got to understand is the universe is ever changing. Nothing ever stays the same. So we have to be comfortable in that new beginning, because for new beginnings to come out, something has to end, right? Absolutely. So we have to appreciate the end of certain things, possible relationships or, certain situations that we were in the past, that we were probably attached to. But we learn to let go and accept the change. Even I myself, went through some a lot of change over the past, I would say 12 months. So, and I'm very grateful that it actually happened, because right now I'm in actually a much better place in my life. So we got to appreciate those new beginnings. We got to appreciate those endings, not to be so, we got to be lighthearted about things, right? We tend to kind of try to hold things at heart, but at the end of the day, we're only harming ourselves when we try to hold things deep at heart, right? Also, it speaks of the resurrection, right? That means, things that were possibly dead, maybe ideas, plans that we had in the past. It is a time now to actually possibly bring those back and, reconsider those things. That way it can take us to a whole new level, right? It speaks of equilibrium, the balance of the mind, right? Not being one-sided, not being, double-minded, I should say, right? But being single-minded, putting the balance together, right? Leveling things out. And then it speaks of super abundance. It didn't say regular abundance. Listen, it says super abundance for the water signs. Listen, this is incredible. That means it means flowing rivers of water, abundance, overflow, your cup's filled, your cup's overflowing, water signs, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio, right? This is what we need to be focusing on. Now, also has associated with the Egypt and Gnosticism, right? We know Gnosticism is basically gnosis, which means knowledge, right? Then of course we know about some people are familiar with the Egyptian gods and goddesses, right? They were they had a lot of powers. It's been said, they were able to travel from planet to planet. There's a lot associated with these. So when you speak of superabundance, that means spiritually, physically, mentally, in all different aspects, right? Also, it speaks of the goddess of abundance, right? Um, Laskama, right? Lakshmi, the goddess of abundance. Now, with this card, it also appears being that it's kept the abundance. Uh, it's when this card appears, you are being asked to accept abundance in all forms, and it's not only financially, right? You can get a wealth of ideas where you're able to generate, a large amount of income for yourself. You get wealth in just friends and family members who's probably willing to assist you and back you in your certain endeavors that you may have, that you have thought about, that you can resurrect, right? And they're willing to back you up in it. Also, once it says, it doesn't also mean monetary wealth only. Family, friends, that's also considered wealth when you're wealthy with good family members and good friends. All right, when you're surrounded by that, that's a lot of people don't have that. All right, that's a blessing. Now, also, it speaks of receiving. It speaks of, let's see here. Ask, you shall receive. We gotta ask. Closed mouths don't get fed, right? You got to ask for it. That means you got to meditate on it. Then not only just meditate on it, you have to take action. There's certain steps you got to take to be able to get to this point, right? Certain things you got to implement, right? Also, maybe seek some counseling, maybe seek some type of life coaching. We do offer life coaching as well, okay? Seek some kind of life coaching to give you some kind of direction on what you should do with a particular plan, okay? Also, it speaks of trust that the divine energies of the octagram will work and help, invite, and summon more into your life. So trust and believe in the symbol that it will bring more into your life. Okay? So yeah, that's just pretty much the breakdown of the card. I would just say that, this is something that you should meditate on for the rest of this week and beyond, water signs. Okay, it'll actually expand your mind into different areas that you maybe never thought possible, where you can get more done that you never even believed you could do, right? So definitely believe in yourself and ask. You never know. Closed mouths don't get fed. You have to ask, right? Meditate on it, pray on it, right? Contemplate on these things, right? But this is your oracle read for our water signs, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. Okay. Also, our water signs. Donate to the channel. The Cash App is in the description. Any amount is greatly appreciated. When you sow into good seeds, when you plant in good soil, you reap great seeds. All right? And this is for our water signs. Peace.